Hello, patrons of Addison Library. I'm so happy to be back recording another video for you to watch. Today, I'm going to be walking you through the steps of the application process for Peace Corps. But if you want to know a little bit more general information about Peace Corps, about the kind of work that volunteers do, and some of the specific positions that we have available right now, you can check out the first video that I made for Addison. It's also linked on this YouTube channel. And you can send me an email or give me a call if you have some specific questions about anything related to Peace Corps or the application process. My contact information will be at the end of this presentation on the last slide. So if you're looking for that, you can skip ahead to the end. But if not, we'll begin talking about the application process. So my name is Megan, and I am one of the Peace Corps recruiters in Chicago. I'm one of about 250,000 returned Peace Corps volunteers across America. So I was a volunteer in Ukraine from 2018 until 2020. And while I was there, I was serving in the education sector, Peace Corps' largest sector. Specifically, I was an English teacher teaching to 7-year-olds all the way through 17-year-olds. So the basic requirements for Peace Corps are that you must be at least 18 years old and you must be a US citizen. Now, these are our two hard and fast rules. However, it doesn't matter if you were born a citizen or if you became a citizen last week. All that matters is that you have that status before you are set to depart for Peace Corps. Now, the length of service is about 27 months, and that includes 3 months of in-country training. So for me, that was training within Ukraine for 3 months, then being sworn in as a Peace Corps volunteer and beginning my 2 years of service. Now, I said that we have 2 requirements for Peace Corps, but really competitive applicants will have either a college degree or 5 years of professional full-time work experience. There are certain positions that do require an undergraduate degree, but others, you can have that 5 years of professional full-time working experience instead of a degree. Now, here is an overview of our application process. It looks pretty long. It looks a little bit lengthy and intimidating, but we will go through this step by step so that you have a really good idea of what to expect for each piece of this. Now, this process from step 1 to step 8 takes about 6 to 12 months, depending on when you apply. That also sounds like a very long time, but trust me, the application itself is pretty simple. It can be done online, and most of the time, that 6 to 12 months is waiting periods, it's your onboarding tasks, and your clearances. So the application is all online. It is pretty simple, and the actual application takes about 45 minutes, maybe an hour of your time. However, you're going to want to have your motivation statement, which is a short essay, and a tailored resume ready to be uploaded with your application. So those 2 documents will probably take you a little bit of time to work on and to really craft and perfect. You're going to start by doing some research on the positions that we have open, on the requirements of each position. You can find all of that information at peacecorps.gov, or, like I said earlier, schedule a chat with me so that we can talk about your background, your experience, some of your interests, and what will be a good fit for you at Peace Corps. Now, this is what our website looks like, and you can go right to the top right corner, click that red button, and it will take you to the part of our website that has all of the position openings that we currently have available. Now, your Peace Corps resume will probably look a little bit differently than a resume that you made in maybe college or high school, or a resume that you use for different sectors. The great thing about a Peace Corps resume is that it can be longer than 1 page, so you're not going to have to make your margins really tiny or make your font 9 points just to fit all of your experience into 1 page. Another really important thing about a resume is that you're going to want to quantify all of your experience. I have a couple of documents, some sample resumes and templates to help you craft your own Peace Corps resume to fit the standards of everything that our placement officers are looking for. This is an example of one of those documents. So you can see there are lots of notes in the margins. If you send me an email and just mention that you're interested in starting your Peace Corps application and you would like some help with your resume, I will send you a document like this for either a sector that you're interested in or just a general Peace Corps resume. And hopefully this can help you get a really good idea of what experiences you should include and how everything should be formatted. The other really important document that you're going to include in your application is the motivation statement. So this is a short essay, it's no more than 500 words, and really it covers two questions. Why do you want to be a Peace Corps volunteer? And how are you going to overcome some of the challenges or difficulties that you'll face as a volunteer? So because these questions are really personal and unique to each individual, every single motivation statement is different. So I don't really have a sample or a template that I can give you, but I do have some tips that'll help you when you're writing your motivation statement, just some things to consider. So this is another one of the documents that I can send you if you shoot me an email telling me that you're interested in applying to Peace Corps. In the application, you're also going to have the opportunity to list your flexibility and your preferences for region of the world and for working sector. So there are two ways that you can apply. You can either apply to serve where you're needed most, or you can apply to a specific region and a specific sector. If you choose to apply to serve where you're needed most, you will have an opportunity to list your preferences within the application. But if you do apply to a specific position, you're going to have an opportunity to list your flexibility. So that way, in case if you are not chosen for your number one position, the thing that you applied for, your placement officer will know what your other regions or sectors of flexibility are so that they can potentially place you in a different sector or a different country. Another very important part of your application will be your references. You will be asked to submit 2 references and they have to follow a certain criteria. So that could be a current or a previous employer, a supervisor, a professor, or a close friend. And Peace Corps tries to make this process really easy for your references. So they're not going to have to type out a whole letter or an essay about you. They won't have to craft anything themselves. They're just going to be emailed a form and fill that out and submit it back to Peace Corps. So after you submit your application, everything is done online. You've uploaded both of your documents and you've completed that part. You're going to then be asked to submit a health history form. This is something that you're going to do completely by yourself, so you don't have to visit any doctors or go to any health professionals at this point. But it is very important that you're honest because this is the form that is going to allow placement officers and our medical team to begin selecting the countries that can support your medical needs. Then after you have submitted your health history form, you may receive a notification that you're under consideration. This is the time where there could be a bit of a waiting period before hearing back about your interview, but eventually you will hopefully get a very exciting email that you have been invited to interview. And Peace Corps interviews are a little bit different than many other interviews that I've had and that many people have had in their lives, because with the Peace Corps interview, you will be emailed the list of questions and topics that your interviewer is going to review with you. So this is usually a really great time for applicants to reconnect with their recruiter, to practice mock interviews, and to go over some of the questions and topics that showed up in that email. After your interview is completed, if you're selected, you will receive your invitation to Peace Corps. So then this is typically a very, very exciting time. You're going to accept your invitation online. And then it becomes time to tell your family and friends. And you've probably been talking to your family and friends about the application process and your desire to do Peace Corps even before this. But I know that in my case, my family had lots of questions, my friends had lots of questions, and some of them I just didn't have the answers to. So Peace Corps has specific family and friends events for those loved ones that are maybe a little bit concerned that their family member or their friend is going to be living in a different part of the world for 27 months. So your family and friends can go to these events and learn about the topics that they're most curious about, that they have questions about, and hopefully it can ease some of those concerns. The next steps after that are your medical and your legal clearance. Now, the medical clearance part is where you will go to a few doctors, maybe have some exams done. You'll also be assigned a Peace Corps nurse to help you through this process and to answer any of your questions. The legal clearance is the part where you'll be getting your background check and your fingerprints done, and also filling out any additional paperwork that Peace Corps needs from you. Then you have your final steps of the onboarding process. You'll complete some paperwork. You will be issued your official Peace Corps no-fee passport. So that's given to you for free. You'll just have to send in some paperwork, maybe some passport photos. And then that's it. You're going to be ready to depart, and you will have your departure date and your orientation city all set for you. Peace Corps will pay for and arrange your transportation to your country of service, so you won't have to worry about any of that. And the rest of your time will be really, really exciting, just preparing for the next adventure you have ahead of you with Peace Corps. So I know I give you a lot of information today, and there's probably a lot to consider as you begin the application process. So I am here as a resource for you whenever you need to chat about Peace Corps or have any questions. Here is all of my contact information. You can reach me by email or by phone, and I highly encourage you to visit our website as well and just check out some of the resources that we have, specifically the stories from returned volunteers and some of the events that we have going on right now. We have national events, and since everything is virtual, you can attend events that are supposed to be taking place in a different city than you are actually located in. So that is one perk of everything being virtual right now. I'm really looking forward to hearing from some of you soon and getting to connect separately. So if you have any questions, like I said, don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you so much for taking some time to listen to the Peace Corps application workshop today.